ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaste. Change is inevitable and change is constant. What do you mean by that? That means you cannot have anything permanent. So change is inevitable. But one should not bother too much about the inevitability. I know it is inevitable. Then you have to change. And most of the people are able to suffer because they do not want to change. They want the situation to change. It is impossible. Okay, so you have to understand, yes, change is inevitable. For example, your body, every cell is keep on changing. And people are born, people also die. So there are so many changes. So that means once you are able to accept the change, that means that is the secret of success. So change is the constant. Okay, it's a beautiful quotation. There is nothing permanent. Everything is impermanent. I say there is one, there is a change. That means there is nothing permanent except change. Now, people who don't want to accept the change, that means they are inviting the unhappiness. So, whether you like it or not, change has to happen. So, it is not in your hands. But earlier, you want to change the world. Then, after some time, you will realize that I cannot change the world, but I have to change myself. So, change is the law of life. Change is the law of life. Okay, there is a growth. Okay. Now, I want to share one formula. So, what do you mean by the formula? It's a kind of a direction, and which we can suit it for your situation. Okay, it is a universal, but it can be used in all the areas. Okay, this is what I call as a TEN, not 10. It's not the number 10. This is a T full stop, E full stop, N full stop. There is a formula. So I am just giving this formula so that you can use in all the areas. That depends upon your own, the kind of the idea and also the imagination. So when I say T, it's for a team. Okay, what do you mean with a team? See, all of you know about it, isn't it? See, unless otherwise, we have a team, so we will not win the race. So we have to do it, whether it is a family or an organization or a country or a cricket team, whatever you want to do it. That means there must be a team. That is one. Okay, good, I got a good team. Unfortunately, the team is not willing to learn new things. And they are not willing to unlearn certain things, which is not useful. And people are not willing to relearn. So that is absolutely inevitable. So that means you have to understand, yes, I have a team. Great. That means you must try to understand what are the existing knowledge or the skill or the wisdom I have, okay, you have to retain because times are changing. See, what it was about 20 years and what it is now is totally different. So when I started the business, there is no computer. Now I know that I have to really learn this skill to operate in the computer. And there are values which cannot change. That means, you're telling the truth, okay, not cheating people also. So in other words, I want to say the dharma, okay. So that's what I say, do unto others as you would wish them to do unto you. That means all these values, so you must retain, okay, and also lot of other things which was existing. Now you have to really drop it. So that means I must learn and I must also relearn and I must also unlearn for me to stay in the life. Okay, that is one. And the next is, N for new. That means there are certain things I was not doing at all. Unfortunately or fortunately, then is absolutely essential for me to learn. Now, once you have this kind of a concept, yes, now I must have a team, and whatever the existing skill or the knowledge and everything, I must retain, and there are certain things I have to really drop, okay, and also there are certain things I must really learn. That means TEN. This is what we call the 10 formula. So once you have this particular formula, see, that means you will be able to successful in all the areas. Okay. So the most important thing, people don't want to change. See, we always try to resist the change. Now, if you want to really go with the flow of life, so that means you must accept, I must look for changes. Okay, that is one. So let me explain to you in different areas. So now it is a formula. You can use it anywhere you want. See, for example, as an individual. Okay, now what is the team for me? I am an individual. So what is the question of team? Now you have to understand. That means, although I am an individual, so I got so many other the faculties in my body. So one is, the kind of the physical body, emotional personality, and also the intellectual personality, and also the spiritual personality. Now, I must make sure that all these 4 personalities are in alignment. Okay, that means I must take care of my physical body or a physical personality, which is absolutely important because health is the most important thing. Then I must also make sure that emotional personality must be equally important or more important, right? Then intellectual personality that must keep on learning. See, this is why the question of change. So whatever that you learned in the college and whatever that you are learning about 10 years back, it may not be absolutely required at all. Now you have to learn certain things new. Then the spiritual personality, let us not too much about it because that is the underpinning. Okay, now as an individual, I must have all the 4 personalities in team. Okay, that is my team as far as the individual. Right? Think. So when I say individual, then you must be wondering, where is the question of team? Now, as an individual, I got the heart, hand, and the head. So it must be in the same alignment. Okay. The next one is, I got some kind of skill as an individual. Now let me find out what is my goal. What exactly I want. So what kind of a knowledge I have to acquire. So what are the other new things I have to learn? What are the other things that I have to really drop? That means I must have all the existing one, okay, which is good, and I'll drop those things which is not relevant. So that means that I will be able to really reach my goal. Good. Now the next one is the N for new. Now earlier I didn't have that much skill. Now to achieve my goal, see, I must acquire new skill, right? Just give an example. In cricket, so we used to do a kind of a 5 days match, test match. Now it has become a kind of a 1 day match. Then is a T20, right? Now try to understand what it was, what it is now. Okay, you have to learn a lot of things. The technology has completely changed. Now you must be in tune with the technology also. So this is about the individual. Good. Now suppose we take as a family. Now what is the goal of your family? A kind of the harmony. Okay. So that means all the members of the family must have a one goal. What is that? Wellness of the entire family. That means there are certain things you have to retain, especially the values like ahimsa, right? Then kshama, the passion, and other thing also. Okay, fine. Then there are so many things you have to learn, and that's why a lot of people keep on talking about the generation gap. Now the younger generation is not able to adapt some of the values, and the older generation were not able to cope up with the new one. So there's always a kind of a tug of war. That means if you want to have a kind of a harmony in the family, everybody must have a kind of a commitment towards the goal. What is the goal? There is a harmony. What is a family? Good. Now let us take it for a kind of a service club. Maybe a kind of a rotary or a line, the service club. See, that means the entire team must have only one goal, superordinate goal. That is a service. Okay. Then, for example, whatever that is required now and what it was required about 10 years back, the service may not be the same thing. There are certain things I must retain. There are certain things I must drop. Because the times are changing. So the bottom line of the session is the times are changing, so I must change. But when I say that change, but I should not sacrifice my values. But the strategies can be keep on changing. This is about the service club. Suppose we take a kind of an organization. The same thing. There are so many departments. Okay. And the team members must be committed to a particular goal. Okay, for example, suppose the organization wants a healthy growth. Okay, when we talk about SA, we keep on telling them, so there must be a healthy growth. So what do you mean by healthy growth? That means in all the areas, there must be a growth. So otherwise, what happens? It cannot sustain. So this is the organization. So a good leader must always concentrate on the team, and they always empower the team to achieve the goal. Okay, now please understand, you can use your imagination to use it in any field you want. This is a formula I am just giving it to you. Okay, you can have the situation in a different way. Now I want to share with my own experience. When we started the Estate Dwarka, that is the first product company in my life. So I know what I don't know. Then I just talked to the team. But I had an excellent team. There is only one goal. What is that? The healthy growth. Now, people who are not able to accept electronic weighing machine. One, they are not used to it. Number two, see, they cannot cheat the customer. Now, it is a real challenge. Then when I had a market survey, they said, it will not be successful in India. But I had a gut feeling. Then I said, okay, let me try. Then I was prepared to go for a loss for 2 to 3 years. Okay, that I could sustain. Then I just called all my team. Okay, now we must have only one goal, all of us. So we have different strategies. What is that? This is a healthy growth. Must be have a very healthy growth. That's everybody agrees. Then we have to learn a lot of new things. I was the only person as a marketing in the earlier organization. Now this product absolutely demands more marketing and servicing. So I have to learn. Okay. So I have to drop some of the things in my previous experience, learn a lot of new things also. Now what happens? The entire team was charged. Why? Because we must have a healthy growth. Right? And then everybody was having a tremendous amount of the enthusiasm. And I had empowered the entire team without losing the value. And they have done it. I'm so happy to say that in the first year itself, okay, you made a profit. And from the second year, we started giving the dividend. Now, there are so many factors, but this is one of the formula that really helped me. Okay, and all of you can use the same formula in your all areas, whatever that you want. So I am sure that is useful for you, and you will be able to apply this TEN formula. Okay, take care, all the best. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet Om Shanti Shanti Shanti